holiday greetings to all. We hope your season is bright.
The following program is pre-recorded.
Season's greetings from all of us on Sports World. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert, and today we bring you a very special edition of Sports World. Later on, we'll be joined by Merlin Olsen, who will host a Christmas holiday classic as NutraSweet presents Dorothy Hamill in the Nutcracker on Ice. But first up, the Albert Achievement Awards. A look back at the wild and wacky over this past year. Also, a look back at the past decade. As our crack staff has worked feverishly, you know, this doesn't work. It's the same old stuff. There's no pizzazz. This is just a dopey opening.
Wait a second, Mark. Why don't we come up with a bid? Why don't we ask David Letterman to help us out?
You know, he's rehearsing his show. He's so busy. I don't know.
Marv, he likes you. I mean, you're on all the time. Let's ask him.
I don't know.
What can I do for you?
Well, Marv Albert's got his achievement.
Marv Albert,
this
yes.
Saturday.
Uh-huh.
And he really liked your help. The opening to this show. Really
The big
needs
show,
some work.
the Albert Achievement Awards,
Exactly.
the year-ender. Yeah, the wild and the wacky.
Big moment.
And what is it you need from me?
Well, we just need you to help us out with the opening.
Oh,
Need some work, some
the
sprucing
opening
up.
needs some work, some sprucing up.
What do you say?
You know, what do I say? In a word, I don't think so. I'd rather not be a part of the show. You understand, of course. I have nothing but the greatest respect for Marv as a professional, as a broadcaster, and as a man knowledgeable in the field of sports. A part of the show, I'd really rather not. A lot of that stuff is faked, right? Some of that silly footage, he gets the kids in the backyard and they shoot up some stuff. Ask me again if I'll do it.
Well, please.
No! I'd rather not do it. Woo!
Well, what did he say?
Well, Mark, Dave said he would have loved to join you, but his schedule just won't permit it. He says he's too busy.
That's too bad. I know he normally likes these shows. Well, we'll just have to do without him. And looking back at 1989, quarterbacks had their problems. Dave Craig of Seattle with a forgettable moment coming up empty. West Virginia quarterback Major Harris had a major problem lining up behind the guard and then realized his mistake. Some rough stuff in the NFL preseason. Rookie Tony Martin of the Jets turning heads, especially that of the Eagles' Greg Garrity. Then there was Ernest Gibbons of Houston scoring a touchdown, and he does it going head over heels. On to horse racing. Watch the third horse from the right. The jockey Mike Trujillo is thrown while the horse goes for a swim. Both were okay. At Laurel in Maryland, Desmond Donnie got off to a rough start. On the outside, coming down the stretch, jockey Nate Hubbard hangs on for dear life and second place. And some track announcers also had their moments.
They race past the stands into the first turn with Life's Excellence in front. On the outside, Equal to None is second as they disappear into the fog. From now on, you're on your own.
Then there's a gap of 3 to Dola Hika Makaraka Dola, and then it's Dika Haka Makaraka Dola, and the trailer is Dola Rolla Rolla Rakadaka Mola Hola.
To the 1989 baseball season, Ken Griffey of the Reds tries to get back to first on all fours and makes it. Following the base hit, Jim Rice with a friendly gesture for first baseman George Brett. Then there was Alfredo Griffin of the Dodgers, who just could not make up his mind. We had our share of embarrassing moments. Chris Sable of the Reds flied out with his fly down. Then there was umpire Bob Engel with the emphatic call of strike 3 on Tommy Gregg of Atlanta. One problem, it was only strike 2, but the ump able to laugh it off. Other officials have their problems. Steeler quarterback Bubby Brister trying to get away, so is the official. Minor League Baseball off the grounder to first. Watch the call. The umpire makes the old out, safe, out, safe call. In tennis, after the match, Andre Agassi offers his congratulations, then changed his mind. In the NBA, Frank Burkowski of the Spurs ready to shoot, but referee Joe Crawford had other ideas. More basketball. Goaltending called on a frustrated Manute Bol who accidentally smacks Ken Norman. And this is not a friendly game of catch between Mike Treminsky of the Sixers and Harvey Grant of the Bullets. Then there was the transition to offense for Sean Miller of Seton Hall. Miller walking it inbounds. Can't do that. You have to pass it in to a teammate. Now watch this inbounds play by Mark Jackson, who ricochets it off a surprise. Norm Nixon then recaptures for the easy two. Back to baseball. Here's a base hit to right. Now watch Paul O'Neill of the Reds. He misplays it, but kicks it back to the infield for the perfect relay to hold the runner at third. Von Hayes of the Phils with the drive to right. Hubie Brooks to the wall, looks to make the play. Where's the baseball? It disappeared. It got stuck behind the banner. And when you're a White Sox in September, you do have to kill some time, so Steve Lyons amuses himself by playing tic-tac-toe. And the catch of the year, Kevin Mitchell of the Giants down the line to the wall and does it barehanded. Some rough moments in U.S. Open tennis in the far court. Andre Agassi with the return off the head of the linesman. Now watch the back judge. Nowhere to hide on the serve by Boris Becker. How about these moments captured on home video? A batting practice mishap. So much for the camera. And watch this youngster practicing golf in his backyard. Now, what do I tell Mom and Dad?
Holy crap.
More unusual moments this past year. Indoor lacrosse, they go around and around. Sumo wrestling competition, a sneak attack, spitting at an opponent, a no-no. In auto racing, Chip Robinson leaves the pits, but there's a problem. He takes the fuel hose with him. In the NHL, David Volek of the Islanders stick handles with the wrong end of the stick. At the NHL draft, Toronto executive George Armstrong carefully ponders his selection. Football had its comical occurrences. High school ball in Cincinnati, watched the player in motion flipping out. Not something we've seen in the NFL, but they ran the play for a 3-yard gain. Extra point attempt by Graceland College in Iowa. It hits the upright, bounces back to the holder, who decides to run it in. Can't do that. It's against the rules. And at training camp, Jim McMahon fooling around with the guys, getting a bit off color. We close out 1989 with boxing. Nice gesture in extending his hand, but Anthony Hemrick does not accept it. Unique strategy by Courtney Cooper, raises his arms, gets punched each time he does by Meldrick Taylor. Sammy Black takes the shot. He's knocked down, but it is the quickest recovery of the year. Then there was Tony Wilson against Steve McCarthy. Apparently Wilson's mother was upset with the opponent McCarthy, so she entered the ring swinging a shoe to come to the aid of her son. A most unusual conclusion to a fight, which concludes the wild and the wacky for 1989. We'll be back with more of the Albert Achievement Awards as NBC's Sports World continues.
This is NBC's Sports World, and today it's brought to you by Budweiser. Beechwood aged for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. By Today's Chevrolet, who invite you to see why nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America. By Sinex Ultra Fine Mist, the nasal spray that goes up and stays up. And by NutraSweet. It's why so many things taste so good.
Boy, some guys will do anything for a kiss.
Oh, God, does anybody know mouth to mouth?
I know. Next time on Cheers.
Saturday at 10:35 on KARE 11.
A radioactive gas has been found in homes in your area. It's called radon. And it's so deadly, it's the second leading cause of lung cancer. High radon levels will expose your family to as much radiation as having literally hundreds of chest x-rays in 1 year. But there is something you can do about it. Call to get your radon test information. Radon, the health hazard in your home that has a simple solution.
Times were hard, bad, fast, and rad. There were big names, new faces, wonders, blunders, money, more money, and none at all. We fought crime and AIDS. More boomers had babies. This was it. It was awesome. What a decade. The 80s. Look back, look forward, look out. Tonight on KARE 11 News.
In the spirit of this holiday season, KARE 11 and the Marine Corps, along with hundreds of businesses, schools, friends, and neighbors, gave time, energy, and well over 100,000 gifts to Toys for Tots. And that means a merrier Christmas for 150,000 kids. Thanks and good cheer.
You know, I think we're still missing something. Wait a second. NFL Live just finished their program. Maybe Bob and OJ will do something for us.
What do you think? You want to do the Albert Achievement Awards?
Prince Albert?
No. Marv Albert. Marv Albert. That's some late Christmas shopping to do. We're terribly sorry. Merv?
Well, I can understand how they feel. It's been a long, tough day for the guys, and I can certainly relate to this. Announcers are sometimes under a lot of pressure.
I'm Ralph Kiner, along with Tim, what's your last name?
McCarver.
Tim McCarver.
Drive deep to right center field. Barfield going back. It is gone.
No, he caught it, Larry.
Well, it looks as if Alfred the Butler has placed some heaping portions in front of Batman and Robin in recent months. Boy wonder, and the Cape Crusader filling out nicely.
Ramirez struck out swinging. Yeah, in California, everybody is.
And I think Curly of the Three Stooges would have summed up this series by saying, wow. Well, that'll do it for tonight. Again, our final score is the Milwaukee Brewers 4 and the Orioles 1.
Judy Tenuta's with us tonight. Judy, welcome.
Oh, thanks, Tim, you hot stunt puppet!
I take it you're a fan of ball players.
That's right. I love the way I like their tight pants and the way they spit. Yes! Oh, look at that! He's out like a common dog.
Here it is. There goes a runner. Hey, a line drive out. The pitcher's game is over. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to New York Yankee Baseball. I'm Bill. Wait a minute.
And these guys are very close. They spar together and they work together a lot. And the mouthpiece now out, and it falls right into my bag here at Press Row. And my bag is filled with blood.
Everything now coming into the ring. Oh, cups of ice, all kind of, I hope no, oh, big, solid cup of ice just landed in my lap. Ouch.
7 seconds left. Pressure's got to be put on. A steal. It's out! Holy God! Holy God! Holy God! I don't believe it! Dennis Calvi, right? Holy Dennis Calvi!
Look at this crowd. This is horrible.
I agree.
You got to make the crowd noise tonight.
The little guard, Obradovich. Out quickly to the big guy, and now to the lefty. And
and he lost the ball, but it picked up in there. Now the little fella, oh boy, I'm having trouble with the name.
And during a Bruins telecast at the Boston Garden, an unwelcome visitor made his presence felt. So announcers have certainly had their moments, and the same can be said for those who have attempted to sing the national anthem before sporting events.
Oh, say. Can I have... I'm so sorry. Didn't have my pitch. My fault. Oh, say, can you see?
Oh, my God. Oh, my heavens. Look at that here.
Whose bright stars and bright stars and the heavenly light over the ramparts we watch were so valiantly fleeing.
We'll be back with more of the wild and the wacky right after this.
She's all ours.
Going into business, got something new. Gonna paint the town, red, white, and blue. Coming through this box.
Nice place. How about some customers?
Ladies' night.
Great place, guys. Who did your decorating?
You still have time to get in on Chevrolet's last great deals of the decade with cash back on our best sellers, Chevy Beretta, Cavalier,
and more great deals on select Geos, the new line of import-inspired cars.
And to make these deals better, GMAC offers a plan with no payments for 90 days.
So see your Chevrolet Geo dealer for great deals on select 89 and 90 models.
Before the last great deals of the decade are yesterday's news.
Bo. LT. The Silver and Black Attack. And the Big Blue Wrecking Crew. The Raiders battle the Giants. Sunday.
Well, over the years, some of the more curious episodes in the world of sports have involved news conferences and interviews. We begin with Super Bowl week 1981, when the Eagles' Charlie Smith was the subject of an interview despite a broken jaw that was wired shut.
He sort of hinted around, but you know, I mean, he gonna watch me practice this week, you know. If he says I'm ready to go, then I'm going to do the best I can and pray that, you know, I can make a contribution to the team.
You can't get them in if you don't get them on. I'd rather get them on and not get them in than not get them on and not get them in.
No. Hell no, no.
You've obviously been a black quarterback all your life. When did this...
Do you see yourself as a New Jersey Net a year from now?
You said you wouldn't ask me no bullshit.
Get your mouth shut, you jerk. Dickus. See that? That's your IQ, buddy. 0.
I'm going to turn over.
No, I'd rather talk to him.
Hello? Yeah. Go ahead.
Hello?
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 Yeah, go ahead.
I'm having trouble with this phone anyway.
Go ahead. We hear you.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello?
When this one champion rises by his ability will be likened to the suitors that were after Penelope, the wife of the king. And if only one king can be there, this king will be sitting supreme, ruling over Ithaca.
I've been associated with the Celtics since I've been black. Well, not that long, but it's since 1958.
All right, the record 25,147. Tommy is closing in.
For instance, I'll be handling all the trades.
Well, what do you mean?
There'll be no phone calls in the dugout.
What do you mean?
That is not,
That's not right. I'm handling the trades.
That isn't the way we say
I have the right to call you in the dugout.
And that's not the way it's going to be, George.
You're damn right it is, and if you don't like it, you're fired.
You haven't hired me yet.
When we come back, a final look at the bizarre in the world of sports.
Users of ordinary nasal sprays will do almost anything to keep the spray up in their nose where it can work. Which is why so many people now use Sinex Ultrafine Mist. It's twice as fine as ordinary sprays, so its medicine goes up and stays up to give you the best relief possible. You don't have to stand on your head to get relief. Just get Sinex Ultrafine Mist.
If oat bran made news, this should make history. Psyllium, an important ingredient in a new cereal from Kellogg's, Heartwise. Psyllium is a natural grain with more than 8 times the soluble fiber of oat bran. And that gives the delicious, naturally crunchy flakes of Heartwise the highest level of soluble fiber you can find in a cereal. Heartwise. To get more than just oat bran, take a word to the wise.
God, what a decade of sports. I would think the greatest events, I have 2 great events and 1 nightmare. Number 1, the Tony Tubbs-Tyson fight, because Tubbs wore his trunks up to his forehead like my grandfather. His head was here, his arms were over here, but luckily he cut little eyes out so he could see. And his trunk looked like a Halloween prank. Wrestling, I was on a plane, I ran into Dusty Rhodes. Wrestling is fine, but I don't like it that much because you can't gamble on it because you know who's going to win, and they don't have it on the board. If it's like Vic the Viking versus Nathan the bedridden Jew, come on, let's face it, who's going to win?
A very distorted individual, which actually fits right into what we're doing here as we look back at the wild and the wacky over the past decade, as compiled, as always, by our crack staff. And we start off with some lowlights from the Seoul Olympics. In boxing, the referee with no idea who won the bout. And finally raises the hand of the winner. Cycling is off to a very shaky start. Pole vaulter Daley Thompson on the approach, but it did not work out as planned. And this Olympic boxer had a rather unique style. The best of baseball over the decade. 1985, Ken Griffey with a sensational catch. In Japanese baseball, the left fielder goes up the wall and hauls it back in. Mike Schmidt of the Phils catches the foul pop and a Mets jersey on shirt day at Shea. Then there was the bobble catch by the combination of Ted Simmons and Cecil Cooper. Golf had its moments. Bernard Langer climbing the tree and then hits out with his tree iron. Don January hoping to hit the green, but it's a swing and a miss. Watch this shot that certainly caught the attention of an innocent spectator. Fans were prominent through the 80s at Madison Square Garden, a paying customer not anxious to return the basketball. And then there are some basketball fans who will do anything to get on camera. Halftime show in Landover. Now watch this closely as a fan decides to participate and then decides to depart. Off the foul ball, a fan tries for the catch and in the process loses his pants. To the sport of hockey, off the face-off, Ed Olchuk stick handles Troy Murray up the ice. It's a breakaway by Anton Stastny toward the empty net, and in desperation, Ulf Samuelsson will do anything to try and stop Stastny. Jay Miller a bit upset with things and takes it out on himself. Officials in the spotlight throughout the decade. Ben Dreith with a unique penalty call.
There's a personal foul on number 99 of the defense. After he tackled the quarterback, he's given them business.
And this move by Denver's Casey Clark not appreciated by the official. Former New Jersey Devils coach Doug Carpenter gives the ref the evil eye. And manager Dallas Green was obviously not in agreement with the call. Football had its share of hard hits. In the collegiate ranks, off the pass, Ron Hawley crashes into the goalpost and then is congratulated by the opposition. Pittsburgh Steelers team doctor out to check an injured player, but he gets the worst of it. Patrick Scott of Grambling on the move, but Bruce Green of Texas Southern comes off the bench to make the stop. The most remarkable shots of the decade. Dennis Johnson does it underhanded from his own backcourt. Off the inbounds, Craig Hodges with the hook from half court. And Nets mascot Duncan with a pass too hot to handle. To the category of sports oddities, a slow roller down the third baseline, and Lenny Randle with a novel approach tries to blow it into foul territory. David Palmer with a most unusual slide into third. A St. Louis Blues player uses his teammate as a human tissue. In the USFL, Ken Times of Memphis had his difficulties getting dressed to play. In amateur boxing, watch this wild punch. And it's the referee getting the worst of it. We close out the decade with the incredible. Soccer in Spain, watch the goalie trying to clear, throws the ball right into his own net. A cycling race in Montreal leading to this minor traffic accident. Minor League Baseball in Denver, they're about to play, but surprise, the automatic sprinkler system activates, causing a slight delay. And here's pole vaulter Todd Cooper of Bella with the attempt. He did survive. Javelin competition, the approach leading to this abrupt stop. And one of the classics, gymnast Brian Meeker setting up, getting ready. Here he comes. Oh. So there you have it, a look back at the wild and the wacky over the past decade, and we certainly hope that you enjoyed it. Stay with us here on Sports World. Coming up, a Christmas holiday classic as NutraSweet presents Dorothy Hamill in the Nutcracker on Ice. What a shame. I wish Letterman would have done something for us.
You know, I've had a chance to think about your request for me to participate in Marv's show. I've thought about it, and no! I still think the answer has to be no. It's Marv. I'm doing a non-title bout in Manila, Albert. No, thanks. Oh,
Maybe next year.
Yeah, ask me next year.
What's that fragrance you're wearing?
Make a statement without saying a word.
Most of my friends don't know what they're going to do after graduation, but I've already locked in guaranteed skill training in the Army. Qualify now and you can reserve even the Army's most sought-after technical training, up to 12 months in advance, through the Army's delayed entry program. Sure, being a soldier won't be easy, but then nothing worth having ever is.
You got to juggle 10 things all at once and get them done right, get them done before lunch. How are you gonna do it? Well, you're gonna PS to it with the IBM PS2. You can do things with micro-channel that other computers just can't handle. You got an edge in power and speed, you're a forward thinker. Yes, indeed. How are you gonna do it? Easy. You're gonna PS to it. The solution is IBM.
Happy holidays from all of us at Angelsoft and Georgia Pacific.
When you've got diarrhea, you can take this. And when you're in real trouble, now you can choose maximum strength Pepto-Bismol.
Hi again, everyone. Bob Costas along with O.J. Simpson. We'll be getting back to Sports World and the special holiday program, Dorothy Hamill's Nutcracker on Ice, in a moment. But first, a look ahead to tomorrow's final Sunday of the NFL regular season. All 4 of our early games on NBC have playoff implications, most notably the Raiders at the Giants. New York takes the NFC East if the Eagles lose or if the Giants themselves beat the Raiders. So you can bet Coach Bill Parcells doesn't think that his team will be taking the boys from Los Angeles lightly.
I don't think so. I think just to the contrary. I mean, I think they have a chance to win the division. They know what the advantages are in doing that. As you mentioned, you get the week off. You might have a home field game. There are just so many things. We've been in the playoffs enough to where some of the vets I got know what the advantages are if you do win the division.
I need a week off. You know, 16, 20 ball games like this, I need a week off. And, you know, I'm hoping that we respond to the challenge and play well, take a division title, and have that week of rest.
Yeah, no way they're going to take these guys lightly for a couple of reasons. First of all, under Art Shell, the Raiders are playing well, and they have at least an outside shot at the playoffs themselves. Secondly, we know Phoenix isn't going to help them out by beating Philadelphia, so the Giants have to do it for themselves.
Yeah, the Giants, they realize they have to win, and of course, you have this Raider football team that's been playing excellent football lately. Unfortunately, they have not played well on the road. They're 1-6 on the road, but they can run the football, and with the weather that we have in the East right now, it's a team that's going to be able to run the football that's going to win that football game. I think it'll be the most interesting game tomorrow. To me, it's a toss-up. A couple other interesting games. Kansas City is playing down in Miami. I don't think Kansas City, without Deron Cherry, their fine free safety, is the same football team that they have been the second half of this football season. I think Dan Marino has something to prove for the second year in a row. He was not chosen to play in the Pro Bowl, so I think he's going to be trying to go out with a bang tomorrow. So I think Miami would have a slight edge in that game tomorrow. And another interesting game to me is Cincinnati going up to Minnesota. Many people thought Minnesota might be the best team in football when the season began. I think Cincinnati is a hot football team. I think Keith Millard is much like Deron Cherry. He means a lot to that Minnesota defense. I don't know if he's going to be able to play tomorrow.
He's got the separated shoulder.
A separated shoulder. So I think Cincinnati might have an edge in that football game. All very interesting games.
Yeah, that game's Monday night, Christmas night at the Metrodome, and neither you nor I are a fan of AstroTurf or Dome stadiums, but if you're going to have them, you need it in Minneapolis at this time of the year. A couple of days ago, it was 16 below zero there. That's actual temperature, none of this phony wind chill stuff. 16 below on the thermometer, so it's a good thing they'll be inside on Christmas night.
Well, I think it's fortunate for Cincinnati. I mean, I think maybe an unfortunate thing for Minnesota. Minnesota is a team that plays great defense. They would prefer to be outside against a team like Cincinnati. Unfortunately, they're indoors, and Cincinnati's offense should be high-powered Monday night.
We are out of here for a moment. Join us tomorrow for NFL Live at 12:30 Eastern Time. More from Bill Parcells, as well as a live interview with the Raiders' Al Davis, and he doesn't grant many of them. Then, a full slate of NFL games. Check your local listings, as they say, for the game and time in your area. Now stay with us. The Nutcracker on Ice with Dorothy Hamill is coming back next, as NBC's Sports World continues after these words. An early Merry Christmas, everybody.
If oat bran made news, this should make history. Psyllium, an important ingredient in a new cereal from Kellogg's, Heartwise. Psyllium is a natural grain with more than 8 times the soluble fiber of oat bran. And that gives the delicious, naturally crunchy flakes of Heartwise the highest level of soluble fiber you can find in a cereal. Heartwise. To get more than just oat bran, take a word to the wise.
Welcome to Lumina Sedan. It has been designed with care for you and yours.
Listen to the heartbeat.
With rear doors that open wide, plenty of room for the family to enjoy. And even Scotchgard fabric protector comes standard. The family Lumina Sedan. When it comes to new ideas, nobody's winning like.
Heartbeat of America. That's today's Chevrolet.
You have heartburn with headache, right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, that's great. I have the perfect remedy. It's fast and nothing's more effective.
Alka-Seltzer.
New advanced formula Alka-Seltzer.
Nah, I can't take Alka-Seltzer.
This one's easy to take. It has 75% less sodium, a fresh lemony taste, and you can take it with just a little water. How was it?
Great, but it's not Alka-Seltzer.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
It is.
No,
Yes.
it isn't.
Don't you feel better?
Yes, but it's not Alka-Seltzer.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it
New
is.
advanced formula.
Believe
it or not, it's
Alka-Seltzer.
No, it isn't.
If you shower with soap, this is what you're missing.
Zestfully clean. Zestfully clean.
Soap leaves a sticky film behind, but Zest rinses clean away.
You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean.
Send her flowers if you want her to forgive you. Wear Elizabeth Taylor's Passion for Men, and she'll forget it ever happened.
Elizabeth Taylor's Passion for Men and Women.
New Year's Day, come home to the best in college football and a game that will determine the national championship. The top-ranked Colorado Buffaloes take on Lou Holtz and the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Plus, the beauty and pageantry of the Federal Express Orange Bowl halftime. New Year's Day, the best bowls are on NBC.
Many years ago, on Christmas Eve, a young girl received a very special doll as a gift. It was a magical gift that brought her a wonderful adventure.
But that's just part of the story. For the next 90 minutes, you're in for a very special holiday treat.
While Merlin and I finish decorating the tree and the rest of this wonderful old house, we're going to take you to a land where sugar plums dance and little girls' dreams of love come true.
Dorothy will be performing on ice in the wonderful Christmas classic, The Nutcracker. It's pure skating artistry, and it's the kind of performance that we've all come to expect of an Olympic gold medal winner like you.
Aw, thanks, Merlin. And in telling the story on ice, we can bring the skating elements of speed and movement, which of course I love.
As our story begins many years ago, on a snowy Christmas Eve in the city of Nuremberg, Germany, in the home of a girl named Clara. Her father and mother, Dr. and Mrs.